Hello, Karen. We've got somebody's shoes here. I'm thinking they're probably not yours, but this is a lovely shoe from Barker, and we can do a repair on this. So it's had the Ridgeway sole on, but it's had the Ridgeway with a solid rubber heel unit. Underneath all this shite here is a rubber heel unit, a solid rubber heel unit. What we fit when we fit these is we do the Ridgeway sole like that there. Look at that, that's how it should have looked, but we put in the heel stack, leather heel stack in there, and then the heel all stitched back on again, and that will put those back to better than when they left the factory. Your red Ridgeway sole with the heel stack in, fully stripped off and rebuilt, is £130. Then we notice here on this one that the midsole in here is rotten, so we'll replace that midsole. That's another £10. The uppers, as they come in like this, they get a quick clean up, but these uppers are solid, really gone rock hard, so they want treating, cleaning, and look, we've got a little bit of stitching on the wings. What happens there, Karen, is as the shoe flexes, because the leather's gone so hard, pulls on the stitching when it flexes, and it pulls on the stitching and then it breaks the stitching. So we'll stitch these wings up, give them a clean up and a polish up. What you get is what you get. We don't know how good they will turn up, so it's a little bit of a lottery, but there will be a damn sight better than they are now, and they will be shiny as well. But there'll obviously still be some muck in the leather. We won't be able to get it all out, but it'll look lovely. It'll have a lovely patina or patina, depending on how you want to say it. We'll put you some nice new laces in as well, instead of these that came off of a card in the post office. So that's those there. £20 for stripping the uppers down, polishing them up, doing the stitches. £160 you will pay on this shoe if you decide to have it done, or whatever you wanted to have done to it. And that will make those shoes lovely. To replace this shoe now from Barker, you would be round about £375. Some of their shoes are now starting to touch £400. So that would make a nice repair of those shoes. And of course, everything we do is guaranteed. The next pair we have, a pair of Loake 1880 Lokes, had a hard life. The uppers want a little bit of a clean up on these, so we've just got these down for, let's have a look. Yes, a strip down and a polish again. So you would have, they're not quite as bad as those, but they are quite bad. And a strip down first before they get a polish will lift some of the muck out before you polish it in. They don't need a midsole. It's got a leather sole on now, but you could have any type of sole. If you preferred a day-night sole, if you pass me something with a day-night sole on, that'd be lovely. The heels are shot, so a full strip down on that shoe, rebuilt with a leather again, or with a day-night. If it's having leather, as it is now, a full leather sole, full new heel stack. This one's cardboard in the 1880s. We'll put a full leather heel stack, combination heel on there, £125. If you prefer the rubber day night, which this shoe does have on, you know, you can buy this version with the day night unit on. This is the day night unit. You would have £125 for the day night unit, but then you'd have £10 because we need to put a midsole in, because a day night sole is quite soft and you can feel the studs push back through if we don't put your midsole on. So to put this shoe back to a nice dancing shoe with the leather sole and everything, £125, £20 on the uppers, cleaning the uppers. If you want to go to day night, you get exactly the same one, but you're £10 extra. So we've got these down at £145 in leather, £155 in day night. Those there. The last pair, I don't know what these are. Supermarket shoes, 10 bob swervers. Not a lot wrong with them, other than they could do with just a polish up. There's some damage on the toe, not a lot we can do with that, but it would look better. Glue it back down, bit of polish around it, put some new nice laces in there, give them a polish up. You would have £10 on those. I would just put that, polish it up for you, £10, shove you some laces in. The heel's not bad, you're not halfway through the heel, nothing like halfway through the heel. The sole's not bad, it's not a great shoe, not a massively expensive shoe. There's no stitching on the uppers, so we would just give these a polish up for you and you'd have a tenner. Okay, I'll send you this video, have a look through, and you can let me know if you want them sorting out. We'll sort them out for you. Somebody will phone up and take payment for them, and then we'll get them all sorted and get them back to you. Probably a week, less. Yep, Paul's nodding at me, for a week. Right, okay, so these shoes now, they've been stripped down and we've had a good look at them. We spoke to our customer and determined exactly what we're going to do to them. So they have been cleaned off, both pairs have been cleaned off with the Renomat. Again, we use one of our little brushes, cut down, and in the pot give them a really good scrub, and that gets in. It smells a little bit, it's got some sort of chemical in there, and it gets into the leather, and it really does get the muck out of them. Sometimes you have to do them 2 or 3 times, but these have come up lovely. These are still a little bit damp, but they've come up really nice. These barkers here, these are still rock solid, so we're going to go over both of them with some of this Renovateur, and if I can get the lid off, this will go onto the barkers and these Lokes as well, so they both get done, and this will start to go in there and revive the leather. Now this is not going to look like new. These look like they've been down on the farm, and there's some marks in here that are never going to go, but they will become nice and supple again. As it is now, they're bloody rock hard. Look at that, absolutely unbelievable. So what will happen there if you start wearing these, it will pull on the stitches here, just break the stitches, and the shoes start to fall apart. So we'll get this Renovateur and we will rub that in there, both shoes, start to revive them a little bit. You can see on these that Paul, when he's removed the stitches, he's stained up the top of the welt so that his nice white stitching will show really well. So once he's got the sole on there, before he stitches, we'll get the rest of the uppers done, get them nice and supple, and then the 10 bob swervers, the supermarket shoes as well for the customer. Anything else, Paul? Show the punters while they're listening, while they're subscribing and liking and everything.
There's them RMs you've never...
RMs?
We've never put a Genopy on them before.
You've
Lightweight
never...
micro sole.
Okay, so this is something new for us. Customer is wanting this lovely light Genopy sole on these RM Williams. So Paul's started to strip them down and take them all off. Are they having a midsole?
Yeah.
So they'll have a midsole in, all stitched together on the midsole, and then this unit will get bonded on to the boot. Obviously there'll be no heel stack or anything because it's all moulded in, but that keeps them really nice and light. Very good.
Excellent. Beautiful. Every hole. Look at them bad boys. Let's have a look. Felt good. Oh yes. Perfect. Already changed. That's quite a nice fish. I just like to clean all the rough off. All ready for some solution on. First coat of 3. Same on the shoe. Just one coat on shoe with it being rubber. And then we'll do it.
Is it 3 on both then?
Yeah, leather. Leather 3, rubber 1. Middle's 2. 3, 2, 1. I mean, I just put one on price of glue. I think it's just at the £90 mark for a 5 litre can down there.
Before.
2 years ago, 18 months, £24.50. Shot through the roof. Hi mate, what can I do for you?
Bit of marzipan round the edges. Oh yes. We call it marzipan because
natural stain out.
it smells just like marzipan, and it's dark now, but it will lighten up.
Cherry bakewells.
And I'm saying all this, and I'm probably going to put music over the top of it and drown me out. Some, what sort of music do they play? Like, you know, background music. That you get in a hotel, in a bar. What do they call it?
Yes.
Hey? A bit, no, a bit of easy playing.
Supermarket music.
That's it.
That should dry
Nice and light. Put a little bit round front. Go on. I know you don't like to. Go on. Go on.
just for you.
Just for me. Just on one of them at least.
Anybody leave me any comments if any other repairer has problems with the smell of this brown ink? Because God does it stink. And it's the only way I find to get this really lovely edge that we create. Interesting to know. Any tips on how to stop it stinking would be much appreciated. Probably didn't know much about shoes neither. Why bleach? That sponge just takes any bubbles and grit or anything out of it, ready for waxing. Glossy edge it gives it. Beautiful.
Okay, here we are, all done now, in a blink of an eye, all sorted out. These are the Loake 1880s, and they've turned out lovely. Of course, they've got some patina to them. They look lovely. It's an old shoe, and it will look like a lovely old shoe when it's on. That's the underside of the sole. You get all the stitch in there, and the heel, and round the heel stack. Oh man, that's lovely. So they've turned out beautiful. Obviously some new laces in there. The Barkers that were rock hard, here they are now, look, with the clay red sole on, not the sponge sole. That's a full clay red sole and the heel stack, and they've been I don't know what the word is I can say that's nice, but anyway, all the muck and everything degunged. Yeah, it's all been. Apparently they are from a farm, the address where they're going back to, Karen sent them in, but I'm sure they're not Karen's shoes. And then the 10 Bob Swerver supermarket shoes, they've all been tidied up round the edges, reset the edges, tidied them up, given some polish, some new laces, all 3 pair ready to go back. So you saw us using the Renomat. You can buy this Renomat $14.95, it says on here, for the Renomat, and that gets them clean. And then we go to the Renovateur, the Renovator. We've gone over the shoes with the Renovator to put a little bit of life back into them, and then we've gone over the shoes with some Saphir cream, the light tan cream. We haven't then polished them, because once you get the polish on, they're sort of sealed, and we're hoping, probably isn't going to happen really, but we're hoping that when these shoes get home, the customer is at some point going to put a little bit more cream, a little bit more nourishment on these shoes. What's the chances, Paul?
0.
But they're still good. Look, those uppers now, look how supple they are. They're absolutely gorgeous. They will feel fabulous to wear now they've got this proper sole on. So that's all the shoes ready to go back. I don't think I've missed anything. Remember to subscribe and like, and whatever you do, it won't cost you anything, but it just helps our channel grow.